Good evening, everyone. I am Teresa from Institute Wellness Group. Welcome to 15th day of 21 Mindfulness, the Journey to Greatness session. I know you are eagerly waiting for the Professor Saamdu Chetri. So without any further delay, let us invite our Professor Saamdu Chetri to take up this session.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Soumya, and thank you, Anubhav. Thank you, everyone who is out there listening today. Today is the starting of the third week, and I hope you're enjoying the journey with me as much as I'm enjoying talking to you all. Although we don't see you, but I know I can feel you all in my heart. So please sit comfortably, make a quick check-in. How do you feel in the body? How do you feel in your heart? And how do you feel in your head? Okay. Calm head, loving heart, and totally relaxed body. Okay, friends, my love, my gratitude to all of you for attending this course and making it very successful. So today we are on the 15th day, 21st. Today we are on the 24th of August 2020, and we are on our 15th day of our practice together of the 21 days of mindful journey to greatness. Definitely, all that we have talked about sounds very simplistic, sounds very easy to do it. And I know it is easy when you do it repeatedly, when you repeat on and on, then definitely it would rest in you as kind of a habit. And this habit would actually rewire your neural pathways that has direct residence actually in the subconsciousness. So even if the genes were wrongly coded or genes had a wrong blueprint, this blueprint is going to be kind of blocked and a new one created. So the practice, everything is practice. Everything is practice in life. So with this, let me continue today's session. Again, a reminder for all of you, because I think this is so important, but you've been attending, and I would like to hear from you on the messages that you send or chat that you send. Do you find this repeating again and again helpful for you? Because with this repetition, we also lose some time, but I feel repeating this, making you realize, is very important. So let me know how many of you are practicing this, what I've been saying for the last 14 days. And today is the 15th day, which I'm going to repeat again. So please, when you wake up in the morning, just pull yourself against the wall, your back against the wall or against the bedpost, and try to thank the universe by saying, I'm grateful to you for giving me an opportunity to have 24 hours in front of me, and try to reflect, what you did yesterday, what can you do better today, and put a resolve. And don't forget, of course, to thank your friends, others, be grateful to everybody. Then you need to meditate for 6 minutes, just making your breath as the focus of your meditation, your concentration, your mind. And if the mind flies away, just remind your mind to come, bring it back to breathing in and breathing out. Okay, it's a practice. Again, it is a repeated practice that's going to nurture us better. Then you need to rub your hands properly and then maybe put on your eyes. Then you slide down on your bed, lift your head a little bit up, put your hands straight against your legs, lift your legs and start doing a cyclic kick. As long as you can do 30, 40, 50, 108 times, that you can do. Over the time, you can improve more and more. After this, you get out of the bed, then you go to your toilet maybe, and then you take your cup of tea then or later, I don't know. But whatever you do, you have to be mindful. The whole idea is journey of mindfulness. So try to remember every moment that you do in your life, in your day, in your hour, in your minute. What I just spoke is yesterday, it's past. You see how fast the passing goes, and I can't take it back. I've already spoken, it's gone. It's too late to hold it back. What is coming? I don't know. It just comes. You see, so we need to think about this and then do 30 minutes of sweating exercise. Very important, very important. Then you do a mindful bath. Think about the water, be grateful to the water. Then you have your family prayer or meditation. Do it together. If you're doing meditation, one of you guide in the family. Then you want to drink tea, do a mindful drinking, or you might want to drink with the breakfast. So be it, doesn't matter when you drink, but be mindful. While you eat also, have a mindful journey in it. Then start your normal 8 hours work, but make sure that you have more time in this now than you will have very soon when the classes would start. So try to listen to the music, and read more. Not your books, but read something that's uplifting music and read some inspirational books, okay? Make sure that you have a loving speech. When you speak any word, let people who hear this feel very nourished, very good, okay? And make point that you deeply listen to everyone, okay? And then then comes the dinner time, you have your dinner, and then you do mindfulness, again meditation, then you do heart sharing, out of the heart, whatever has happened during the day. You don't want to share something that is not bothering, it's all right, but try to share everything that you do. Then have a noble silence. Unless it's an emergency, try to keep yourself silent, keep phones away, keep your mind away, into your breathing in and breathing out on not material things, but focusing breath as your object, okay? Then, of course, you get into on your bed and try to scan your entire body. Very important. So I would like to hear how many of you are doing this, okay? On the chat, please. All right, let's continue our journey. So today's intention is today and every day I'll live with values. So for the rest of the other 7 days, we'll try to see what values we want to live with. Although we talked about values already a while ago, but let's try and deduct other values as well as we go along, okay? Now, here is the value of self-awareness. So this comes from the emotional intelligence. Maybe when you take classes of, I think, happiness at work, this will be taught to you in length. But what I have for you are all the 5 areas of emotional intelligence that we'll talk in the next 5 days starting today, but they are not in complete detail, okay? It's only to give you a feeling, understanding about what is self-awareness in the emotional intelligence. Now what is happening is that anybody who comes to recruit you in IIT Kharagpur, if you realize you are, of course, anyway, intelligent guys with good amount of your knowledge and everything, but what they're looking at is how do you qualify yourself in your own self-awareness, your self-management, in your social skills, all this, your motivation. These are what they're trying to look at. So let's try to see, because when you have this, then you are calm, cool, you're managing yourself much better. And this is what every organization is looking for. So if you go to Google, if Google wants to interview you, what are they looking first? They don't look first on your degree. What you got in degree, a gold medal, that's not really material for them. What is material for them first that they look is your emotional intelligence. And then, because they know that you have passed your engineering, so you know the topic, you know the knowledge, it's a question of practice and you will get it. That they know. So, but then this is something, the emotional intelligence takes time, takes hard, repeated work to bring it as a habit. Okay. So therefore, this is so very important for our growth. So we need to basically learn all this. Okay. So today is a self-awareness. Tomorrow will be self-management, and so forth. We will go on. So under emotional intelligence, we have the self-awareness, the first one. Then under self-awareness, we have emotional awareness. Okay? Recognizing one's emotions and their effects. So emotional awareness, when you're aware, like I keep on saying in our meditation, be aware, pause, reflect, be aware, take your awareness. I always talk about this. Now, when you're aware of something, then it's over. Because when not aware, then you are in the focus of ignorance. Then you are suffering. So we need to be aware most of our times, and it's very important. Okay. So what breaks our awareness? Something that breaks our awareness is the greed. Greed, excessive desire, jealousy, pride, and anger, which we call the 5 poisons of mind. So if you can recognize, why am I getting these emotions? Is it because of the greed? What does greed mean? Oh, if I don't get that, maybe someone takes it away, I'll have less. There's a feeling. Maybe you're totally obsessed with something, like watching on the net something that is not really, socially acceptable. So you have excessive desires towards it. And that's also your emotional awareness, your emotion. It's all because of emotion. You're jealous. It's also emotion. Why? Maybe you feel that you will not be as good as that person. So there is a jealousy that comes in. So all this, and then pride, of course. When you are prideful, you don't consider the other person as good as you think they are. Anger is another emotion that actually destroys us. Okay? So we need to try and understand. We need to be aware that we are getting emotions, and where are these emotions coming from? We need to really realize them. And if we learn to realize them, then we know that we can find a way out. So pause, reflect, and realize. When the emotions arise, you need to pause, reflect, and realize. Now, there are more emotions. There are so many of them that's being written. Worry, anxiety, loneliness, fear, sadness, annoyance, distrust, and so on. There are many of these emotions that can arise in us. But all these have a reason why they arise in us. Okay, so we need to be very careful. Worry is because of something that we know. Anxiety, not necessarily that. Anxiety is much more complex than worry. We worry about future and we get anxious. The anxiety catches after our worry. Worry because we think, will I get this job or not? So I begin to worry. Then when the time is nearing, you get very anxious. Will I get it or not? If I don't get, what will happen? So that takes us another toll. All these have their own weaknesses. We'll see on the next slide some relationship among many of them. Okay, so what is important is that we need to be aware what emotions are arising. Because if you're not aware, you go deeper into the emotions, very deep into the emotion. And then it becomes very difficult for us to come back, because it can really take you to totally a level where it would be just giving it away. Okay, let it be. I can't do it. So you give away. You should not arrive to that kind of a situation. We need to be aware, and we need to tackle our problems. And how do we tackle? By pausing, reflecting, and realizing. Okay, pause, reflect. What is it? What would be its consequence? So pause is to see, I have a problem. That's the pause. What is the problem? This is the problem. You know that pause gives you. Pause and reflection between that gives you. Reflection, now I know this is the problem. What is the effect of this problem? That is the reflection that you need to have. Then once you know what is the cause, then you realize, okay, this is the cause. I need to do this to avoid this cause. Right? So these are three very important steps in our life, in all our lives. Okay. Then we need to be accurate in our self-assessment. We should not bluff ourselves. So we need to know what is my strength, what are my weaknesses. Yesterday we tried to run through some of them to find our possible passion, our possible purpose, possible goals in our lives. We all know what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses. We all know, but most of the time we try to hide it. We try to kind of say, it's okay. We should be aware. We need to realize that this may not be correct. So try to make your weaknesses your strengths. So when you realize, when you pause, reflect, and realize, this weakness you're going to realize as positive for your own self. Okay, you need to have self-confidence, so sureness about one's self-worth and capabilities. Often we also have this feeling, oh, I'm not as good as that. Never have that. Never have any negative words coming out of your mouth, because those negative words are going to rewire our brain, and it's going to build in the subconscious a house by itself. And then we suffer. Then we really become worthless, because that is coding, that is how you will start to visualize and see things. So we need to do away with that. And then also we need to be sure about our capabilities. And we have capabilities, but often we do not arise those capabilities, but we need to, okay? So see in the next, I've tried to get this from psychological website called the psychology.com, I think. So if you see here, what do you see? Let's take from the yellow down. So go from the inner circle out, okay? So ecstasy brings joy, joy brings serenity. Let's try to take a circle around from the right. Admiration makes trust, trust makes acceptance. Between these two is joy, trust, and love. You see, just by arising joy, by arising trust, we are getting into serenity and acceptance, and we are nourishing the fact of joy, trust, and love. Likewise, if you take terror, then you get into fear, then fear becomes, sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, very sorry. I made a mistake again. So yellow is serenity, joy, and ecstasy. Acceptance, trust, and admiration. Then you have apprehension, brings you to fear. Fear brings you to terror. Okay? Between acceptance and apprehension, we have trust, fear, and submission. Likewise, distraction, surprise and amazement. So you see around, I mean, this is a well researched by the psychologists to really find the different points of our positivity where and negativity, where they come from and where they reach. So if you look into the orange one, you see interest, anticipation, and vigilance. So they're all connected, and in between you see all those. So this you can actually take it like the blue one. If you look, pensiveness. When something doesn't go right, you become pensive, and reflection stops. You continue to brood on something that is so narrow, then you become very sad, and then sadness would give you grief. So the inner parts are the ultimate of what we arise. And annoyance, for example, will bring anger, and anger will bring rage. So when we are already pausing at the first point, annoyance, when I know annoyance is coming in me, I have to stop. Why am I getting annoyance? Now you are reflecting. If I get annoyance, I would be angry and I would be in rage. I might hit somebody, I might do anything. You see? So you know the outcome, what's going to happen with the annoyance. Then you say, no, I need to change my situation, or not listen, or not, be myself. Take few deep breaths in and stop there. Okay, same. If you start to have some kind of apprehension, for example, you're walking along the street to Nalanda, you see in the bush something shaking. And if you had an experience in the past that there was a snake that came out suddenly, now every moment that you will see, you'll apprehend, saying, oh, there must be a snake. And the fear will kick in. And if it really jumps onto you, then of course you're terrorized. So all these we need to nab at the very beginning, okay, of the negative emotions, but not of the positive ones. Okay, all right. So let's continue our today. I think that's it. So let's do again the meditation to be more calm and composed. So let us try to do a short visualization too today. As you listen to the bell, sit comfortably with your eyes drooped or closed, your back straight, chin slightly tucked in, without the stress on your neck, legs grounded if you're sitting on a chair, or knees touching the floor if you're sitting on a cushion, tongue lightly touching the upper palate, teeth not biting, lips closed, shoulders relaxed, and please watch your breath. Just breathe in and breathe out and focus your mind completely in the breathing. Feel the energy entering from the center of your palms, if you have them open upwards, on your inner lap, on your thigh, or it can be on the knees. Let us take deep breaths in, hold it for 2 to 3 seconds, and then slowly breathe out. Again, hold for 2 to 3 seconds, breathe in, again slowly breathe out. So let's do it for 3 times. 3, 2, 1, go. Please feel the calm and relaxed in your mind and body. Take your awareness to your feet. Feel the suppleness of your soles. Wriggle your toes. Feel the ankle, calf muscles, and thighs, and ask the entire legs to soften and relax. Thank them for carrying you to the places of your love and need since the time you began to walk on them. Feel your lower back and straighten it gently. Feel your upper shoulders and relax your shoulders. Feel the hands on your lap and ask them to soften and relax. And thank them for enabling you to carry, touch, feel, receive, embrace, write, give, and so on. Move your awareness to your neck. Gently move the neck. Gently. Find the right position for it and relax. Move your tongue in your mouth and slide your jaws left to right. Lips must remain closed. And feel relaxed. Take your thoughts and focus in your head, to your head, and see if the mind is judging or distracted. Pause, recognize whatever it is doing, and realize by asking the mind to be still, clear, calm, and peaceful. Now take your awareness to your heart and see what the heart is doing. Pause, recognize if there are any agitation or negative emotions or feelings that's holding at the point. Be aware and realize it. Just by letting it go, arise love, joy, and peace that have no boundary and expectations, but are pure, humble, inclusive, and profound. Please bring your body, mind, and speech in perfect oneness and imagine your loved ones in your mind and send your heart wishing them acceptance, truth, love, joy, and peace. Say in your thoughts as you reflect them in your mind, may you be awakened from the forgetfulness and transcend the path of worry, anxiety, and sorrow, or any unwholesome memories of the past. May you be free from fear and danger. May you be in peace and free from sufferings. May you be free from hatred and in love. May you be in abundance always. May you be cared and respected forever. Continue taking deep and slow breaths. And now you imagine that you are going to get a job. You've been invited for the interview at 11 today, this morning, you're trying to hunt in your closet the best dress that you can wear, and you find a comfortable, very nice looking, that suits you, and you dressed. You slowly get into your car that's driven by your driver or a friend who is going to drop you there. You're filled with anxiety. What will happen? Will I get the job? How will the interview go? What happens if I don't get the job? All these feelings that are so complex, they start coming to you and you become very anxious. As you're driving through in the city, the traffic seems to be unbelievably very heavy. And the time that you have in hand for the interview is not that much. Given the movement of the traffic, you realize that you'll be just in time. However, you suddenly see somebody coming from the side and almost nudging into your car or in your friend's car, almost hitting it. You're irritated suddenly. Annoyance comes to you. And you look out at the window and say, like you, everyone is in a hurry. Why are you overtaking? The annoyance has become slowly some kind of rage, anger. The guy doesn't answer. He again passes other vehicle in front. And gently, when you arrive at a certain spot, you realize that the guy was rushing. Actually, his father had met with an accident there. So suddenly your anger completely goes away and you feel very sorry for the person whom you were so angry a little while ago. Finally, with that jammed accident and the slow movement of the traffic, you are already late for your interview. You are in total despair now, thinking, will I be accepted for the interview? My time is gone. And so you realize that now I will not be able to get the job because it's too late. So you're already in the despair. You're feeling very lost, what to do, what not to do. And as you are proceeding towards that office address, suddenly you see there's a big fire that's engulfing the office that you're supposed to go. And suddenly your despair again is risen higher and higher. And then it becomes kind of a sadness for you, oh God, what is happening today? I scolded the guy whose father was in an accident. I was so anxious to get here. And now, even before I got here, the office is in fire. So you become sad, suddenly thinking, oh God, maybe it's not meant for me. I had such a great hope to get this job. But now look, I'm lost. So a kind of sadness starts to kick in you. And you feel a little lost, lonely, and you don't know what to do, what next to do. You accept the fact that this is gone now, too late. Then suddenly a guy approaches you and asks you, do you know me? You're already in despair, in sadness. You look at him and just ignore. The guy doesn't leave you. He still asks you, do you know me? And he gets really into your nerves and you're annoyed. The annoyance kicks in you. Why is this guy pushing me? And so he says, I don't know you. So you say, I don't know you. And the guy says, I know you. You had come for the interview. And you're a bit startled. And he says, I was supposed to take your interview. I'm the owner of this company. And I've gone through your profile. Now the office is burnt. If you accept my proposal, would you want to work with me from the scratch in this company? Maybe you become my partner. Suddenly you don't know what to do. Everything leaves you. Everything vaporizes. And you are in ecstasy suddenly, so happy, very joyful. And you thank universe, saying that whatever happens, always happens for better. Please gently bring back your awareness to your body. Take deep and slow breaths. Open them halfway. Start rubbing your hands, massaging your legs. Take some breaths. And when you're ready, open your eyes with love and compassion. Okay, as usual, here is my wish for all of you, Tashi Dilikshu. May you be happy and well. May you be free from fear and danger. May you bring happiness to the lives of others you touch. May you bring unconditional love to others and be loved and cared for. So let's sing our happiness song for the mind and not for the body. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. And I'm not in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do. But I'm not in a hurry. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, friends. Love you all. Take care. If you have a question, let's discuss.
Thank you so much, sir. It is an exciting session for us, and it is a great opportunity for us to examine ourselves even. Thank you so much, sir. And and here are few replies for your question who are following reminders, sir. Uh, they are here are few viewers. Priyanka Burman, she is telling that yes, I am following and experiencing the positivity in my thoughts in this 15 days. Lot of improvement. And Tuhin Shubhra Paul is also telling that I am also following and experiencing a change. And Neerajana Ghosh also telling that I'm feeling a positive change and better awareness. And Anirban also telling that mindful eating worked nicely for me. Now I do look my foods in a completely different form.
Great.
And here, like this, there are so many replies said that they are following the reminder session every day and they are feeling positive vibes from me. So, and also there are few queries from the students. And here comes the query from Akanksha Anand. He's asking that how can we attain discipline in life? Like every time I make some routine, but I'm not able to stick over this. Why?
Well, well, yes, you need to constantly do it. The problem happens that this is when your mind is floating, your mind is not with you. That means you're not connected with yourself. So you make a routine and then you give a chalo chodo aaj kal karte hain, parso karte hain. No, you have to make a point in your mind. मेरे को करना है, मैंने routine बनाया है, I have to do it. So you have to force yourself to get into this routine. There's no other way. There's no easy way. So if I build a routine, then I have to follow this routine. Unless there is an emergency, unless there is a distraction because of something important, then that's a different question. Otherwise, set a routine. I'm grateful that you are building, that you have built a routine, which is wonderful. Now, all you need to do is walk on the routine. Of course, you cannot, like what you're saying is, I make, but I break. How can I continue without breaking? And for that, you need to brush your mind. You need to force yourself to follow it. There's no other way. There's no easy way for it. So it might be that you follow few of on a day. Next day you add little more, little more, little more. So what you do is like every day do one. If you really think it's impossible for you to build the routine and not do at all any one of them, then what you do is prepare a routine, but take that every day doing one of the part of your routine. So in the morning, if you had something laid down, do that morning. If you can just do that one over a period of, let's say, 8 days, okay, constantly, like what you want to do in the morning, 8 days, then it comes to you. Naturally, the 9th day, you'll want to do it, okay? On that day, do that and do the next one on your calendar. That way, the whole day's routine that you have prepared for your wellness, which is not going to change from one day to another, if it is for your mind and wellness, is going to be similar all day long. So you, over the time, if you have, let's say, 8 items to do, 8 into 8, 64. So you'll have 64 different days to practice this. Okay? And then you will become a seasoned, totally fulfilling person because it will be rewired in your mind, in your neuropath. You'll build a new neuropath and it will become very easy for you to follow the rest of it. Okay?
Thank you, sir. He might get the answer. And here are few more replies for your question who are following reminders. Here come Anirban Naskar, sir. He tells, I can feel also significant change in my speech. Sometimes I still talk negative, but I hope I'll overcome this by continuous practice. And also Priyanka Burman, she tells, I'm a non-veg. I eat fish, chicken and egg. But when I'm having fish or chicken, I'm experiencing some bad feelings because I can't thank the fish and chicken to be on my plate. And Snehalata Kumari tells, I try to follow everything every day, but sometimes I fail due to household works. I practice body scanning every day without fail and have noticed positive changes in my behavior and state of mind. And here comes Anvisi Banerjee. I'm practicing too and I feel more aware about myself and surroundings, feel more oriented all day. I have also been able to calm my mind on several occasions when anxiety, anger arose. Thank you, sir. And here are a few queries from the viewers, sir. And here
Okay.
comes the query from Avinash Tripathi. He asks, how do I stop my mind from chattering?
Well, you cannot stop your mind from chattering because chattering is a part of our mind system. It's okay. But if you're thinking about chattering, stopping chattering for what? You want to concentrate, you want to focus. If it's for those reasons, you need to learn to concentrate so that when you concentrate, you are asking your mind to let the chattering not bother you. Okay? Chattering will always be there. So what happens is you cannot block those chatterings, but with the practice, you can let the chatterings come and just leave you, come and leave you without bothering you. And this practice this can only be achieved through the practice of mindful breathing. So you need to develop your concentration through mindful breathing, through verses, through sound, whatever we've been talking about. And of course, breathing is the most essential thing. You can practice body scanning, which is another very powerful thing that will help you concentrate, and then of course, deep breathing in and out, listening to your breathing all the time. So you need to develop your concentration. Once you develop your concentration, when you're concentrating on something, chattering will be there. It'll come, thoughts will come, but they will not chatter because they will just leave you saying that, oh, I can't because this man is busy with something. So they will just leave you. Okay. And then you can invite those chattering when you need them. As you require them, you can invite them, and then you can chatter in your mind to deduct, to reflect, to realize. Pause, reflect, realize. These are three steps that all the time we need to be able to do. And chattering is a part of us. And if you don't chatter in your mind, that means you're not thinking, you're not imagining. You need those, but not every time. Okay? So you can discipline your chattering, in other words, all right, with the practice of mindful breathing practices.
Yes, sir, he got the correct answer. And here is a query from another student, Shivam Roy. He asks, sir, what is the difference between doing indoor pranayam, yoga, this mindfulness journey, lectures, and outdoor exercises like 30 minutes running, playing games, and other physical works? What is the difference between their long lasting effects?
Well, you can do exercise indoor or outdoor. You can play sports. I mean, what you need to do is sweat for 30 minutes. That's important. How you sweat, it doesn't matter. Outdoors, if in this time, in the pandemic time, maybe it's dangerous. Or if you're living in a very nature, you know, enveloped area, then of course it's excellent to go out. Excellent to go out. To jog outside or to play football, to play volleyball, all any kinds of games and sweat. It's okay. What do we do when we play football or when we do yoga or pranayama? What do we do? We do the same thing. If you're running, you are panting. Your breath in and out is getting heavier and deeper. So pranayama is partially or almost fulfilled by that because it's a breathing exercise. Okay. Yoga, when you do yoga, today's modern yoga is so very modern that you only have stretches. Your body with your headstands and your rolls and spreading your legs and so forth, and you know bending, forming into a circle and things like that. But in all this, where is your mind? Your mind is in that body part. So when you're playing football, where is your mind? In the football, on your legs, in your senses. How do I tackle my ball? Will I be able to cross this barrier and kick the goal into the post? So your mind is with it, with your body, your senses, your mind, and your body becomes together. That's why it's very powerful. So it doesn't matter, my friend, where you do the exercise, what kind of exercise you do. But for example, today you don't like to go out for jogging. Then you can compensate that by indoor activities. Okay? Jogging, by the way, necessarily over a period of time is not good. Something like 25 years ago, I read in a journal, I forgot the name of the journal, but it was from American researchers, that people who had jogged for more than 23 years, you know what had happened to them? Regular joggers, and joggers, not short distance, long distance joggers. They found joggers who did more than 30 minutes, an hour almost. They found out that their heart had shifted down by half a centimeter and stomach by 1 centimeter. You know why? Because when you jog, it's like the car, a shock absorber of a car. Our heart is held by membranes. So its stomach is held by membranes, thin membranes. And when you jump, jogging meaning jumping, what happens is there's a movement of your heart and your stomach. The inner part actually starts to move up and down, and the membranes slowly relax, and they don't pull. There's no reflex. They don't pull it back. So I would advise it's okay. Football game, those are okay because it's not so much that we play. Okay, you have some relaxation, running, relaxation. Those are in there. Jogging also, if you do jog, do fast walk, jog, do a fast walk, then it's fine. You won't come onto those kind of problems. I hope I answered your question, friend.
Yes, sir. And here come few more replies for your question from Vishwa Jyoti. I have been practicing most of the points and I feel a sense of calmness and smile throughout. There are still moments when I get agitated and distracted. However, I try to bring myself back to awareness. And Snehalata Kumari tells that, sir, practicing body scanning has really helped me fall asleep quickly. Earlier, I used to be awake whole night because of my disturbed mind. And sir, here is another query from Deepak. He asked, "Have you seen God, sir?"
I wish that was possible. Thank you for asking this question, my friend. I have not seen God. I don't know where God is. In Buddhist tradition, Buddhists don't believe there is a God, but we believe there is a Guru. So everything we learn from a Guru. God for the Buddhists is the universe itself. And science, I think now the spirituality and the science, they're working very hard, very, very hard. And quantum physics talks about we're never dead. Michio Kaku says that if we can vibrate at the same frequency like the dinosaurs, we will see them, not only feel them, but we will physically see them around us. So which means that we are never dead. Okay, we are within this planet Earth. We just hover around and, maybe we embed at one time in somebody's body and then we form that body, we get into this. which is called the soul, Atma, and different names that we have, okay, for it. So I have not seen, I wish I could see God, but I think it will be impossible for anyone to see God. No one has seen God. No one has seen God, but we have a visualization towards God. Hindus have like 33 crores of gods and goddesses, but they are not gods and goddesses actually. They are emotions. You know, neuroscientists today have found that we have 40,000 emotions, and Buddhism talks about 86,000 emotions, like what I talked about: greed, anger, jealousy. They each one of these have thousands of emotions, you know. So I cannot answer you this question. If you can see God, but to answer you, I have not seen God. I cannot bluff you. And I know I cannot see God. I can visualize, I can imagine the universe as a whole, universe as the God. And I know there is a supreme power somewhere. Maybe it's God. Maybe it is the forces of this universe that creates all this, but no one has seen God. And people who say that they have seen God, or they have talked to God, or that these things are coming from God, I don't know how much to believe that. If you ask me, do you believe there's those? My answer is no.
Yes, sir. And here comes another query. Uh, Avinash Tripathi, thank you, sir, is arguing inside my mind or thinking inside my mind about some mathematical equations, a bad chattering, because it is not related too much to my work.
Sorry, come again with the question.
Is or
Mathematics.
is arguing inside my mind or thinking inside my mind about some mathematical equations a bad chattering, because it is not related too much to my work.
I really didn't get the question. So he has a chatter about a mathematic
Yes, sir.
formula or a problem.
Yeah, he is an argument in his mind about mathematical equations. So
Ah,
he's asking whether it is a bad chattering because it is
no.
not too much related to his
All
work.
right. Great. Wonderful. No, it is not. It is not. It is expansion of your own area. Okay. If such chattering comes, try to develop on it. Try to develop on it. Like when I was I never did, I was very fond of mathematics actually. And in my high school, not high school, what is called, up to class 10, I was very good. I was one of the toppers in science, in mathematics. And I did find quick, easy ways of formulas. I had my own formulas to find area, volume, and for all these measures, matrices I had. And even I realized that one day playing chess, suddenly I realized if I had to count number of holes in this chest, how can I count? And then I found a formula. So if I look onto the sky and I can make it into a equal triangle, then I could easily, just by counting one row on the bottom and one row on the top, I could actually deduct and how many stars would there be. So things like that, which was not a part of my learning, but they came. And I used to talk to my mathematics teacher and he used to appreciate. And I don't know, after that, I changed my whole life journey totally due to some ego, some problems. Anyway, let's not discuss on that. But those chattering that are coming, mathematics, argumentation outside of your own subject, studies, it's fine, fantastic, go for it. As and when you have time, go for it. Delve deeper into it. Maybe something wants to come in there from your past, past experience or generation, or you never know. You never know. Something is there. but it's not bad.
Yes, sir. He replies, yes, sir. And finally, we want to know how you are feeling about the replies for your question who are following the reminders. Do you want to share anything with us, sir, about this, about the replies?
About the
Replies just I have read for the question.
for the chat.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm grateful to all of you because I realize that the little efforts that I'm putting in is bringing some degree of transformation within you, meaning it's helping you. So if it is helping you, I feel worth all these 21 days that I'm taking is worth for me, very, very worth for me. And I'm grateful, and I really would like to thank you for being a part of me, for trying to take this journey with me. You see, like, because I'm keeping on asking you to do this, you've been doing this, and you realize yourself. This is what we all must do. When someone tells you something, we want to believe it. How? Maybe through some kind of formula, some kind of processes that has been proven by science. That is not good enough. I think it will be good enough when we practice that in ourselves, okay, in ourselves. And I'm really grateful all these practices that are helping you to be more positive, helping you to be more looking forward to a new journey in life, is making you calmer, is making you much more relaxed. These are all that we wanted, and great. And I think one lady talked about that she's non-vegan, non-vegetarian. She eats everything, but she feels very bad. And I think this needs to continue in her heart so that one day she will give it up. This is the first step. She is now feeling bad, meaning she is taken a pause. She has not reflected enough, but she's in between pause and reflection. So once she reflects how harmful it is for the body, number one, and for the planet Earth, which is a home, the only home that we all human beings have, then she will realize, no, I should stop it now. As tasty as it may be, I have to stop. But you see, like I was telling the other day, eggs during Mahatma Gandhi's time, there were 3 days of conference here in India. If egg was a vegetarian or non-vegetarian. Then the decision was reached after 3 days of deliberation that people who think it's a vegetable can consider a vegetable. People who think this is non-vegetable can consider as non-vegetarian. And like, for example, the monks in Vietnam consider fish and eggs as vegetable. So it totally depends, okay? I'm not against you eating, but remember, eating meaning that you are causing the death. Because we all of us eat the meat. That's why it's killed. Let's all stop eating meat. The butcher will stop killing. Simple. And so we are promoting the butcher to kill. In other words, we are killing, directly or indirectly. So if that touches you, that you feel sad and sorry for animals, I'm sure you will give it up. But I'm grateful that you all answered my question, my query, because I was little, not unsure about myself if it was really helpful for you. So now I know that it is very helpful. And like I said, you're always most welcome to come to my house, to anywhere, my space in Nalanda, once you are here, or to SMST underground. We also have a meditation place. We can always sit together and meditate, discuss more about these ideas, and try to bring, because ultimately, remember, my friends, sorry for repeating this again and again, but ultimately we'll have to pass on. We'll have to leave this planet. So what is the footprint that we want to leave behind when we pass away from this planet? This is the journey that we need to take. Because unless we learn to look everything in abundance, we will follow the path of greed and will be working so hard to earn money. Maybe you'll get married and you'll think about children, oh, I need to build houses for my children, wealth for my children. But do you really know that your children will take it? I have realized over time, the time changes, circumstances changes, and most likely your children will not want that. I know of many people in India whose children are working in US, in Canada, in Germany, and they have kind of settled there, almost settled. Here, parents have created bungalows, flats in Delhi, flats in Kolkata, flats in Mumbai. You know, probably when they're dying, these guys from so far away will not be even able to come back and say hello to their parents. Like me, sitting here, I missed my mother. She died, she expired, and I was here. I could not meet her last breath, even just so near, 40 minutes flight, you know. So you see, I mean, what are we really trying to negate ourselves to? That's important. Money, living, that will come. So this journey that we're taking is for life, not for living, my friends. There is this difference between living and life. So the journey we're taking together is for life. And I'm really grateful that you are finding some difference in this. Thank you so much. Thank you. My gratitude, friend.
Sir, here comes the final query. Sir, my mother is from Avinash Tripathi. He asked, Sir, my mother is suffering from depression but cannot understand English. How to teach her this mindful meditation? He also mentions, sorry to ask so many questions.
No problem. No, I'm here to answer the question. If you don't ask, what is my use? It doesn't matter whichever language we speak, whichever culture we are in, doesn't matter. You see, what is meditation? Like I've been telling you, breathing in, tell your mother, close your eyes and put your mind in breathing. And if she doesn't understand, ask her to sleep down and put maybe kind of like this, what is it called? On her stomach, and tell her mother, breathe in, breathe out, and watch this, what is happening. So, in the same way, close your eyes and just listen to breathing in, feel your stomach rise, breathe out, and feel your stomach reduce. Just continue on that. Tell your mother to continue on that. Okay, that's one way. Or the other way would be bring her something that is nice and nourishing while you look, maybe a beautiful bunch of flower, and ask her to look at that and say, Mom, what? Imagine, look for a while, close your eyes, and now imagine, what do you see in this? Try to find all the colors, all the beauty in it, where it comes from, how did it grow, and all that. Ask her to do that. Now, if she even finds that difficult, then what you do is, the whole idea, because of depression, is to calm and to have a calm mind and a composed body. So, what is calm in your language? Try to find that out. Calm mind and composed body. So, calm mind means that you are in peace, complete peace. Your mind is not distracted, your mind is not suffering, but has found its ultimate peace. Body composed meaning you are relaxed and you feel altogether extremely good. Okay, so you can say, ask her, close your eyes, and Mom, breathe in. When you breathe in, put in your mind calm. So put the word in your language, calm. Breathe out and say, maybe you want to put the word smile, easier. Say, Mom, when you breathe out, put a smile on your face. She smiles so that you know she's reacting, okay, to the terms. That's another way. Then body scanning, not only on the bed. Body scanning can be done right here and now, sitting on the chair. Ask her to sit down and say, Mom, feel your toes, move your toes, and she'll move your toes. That means her concentration is on the toe. Then you ask her, Mom, move your ankle. She'll move her ankle. Then her thought is in ankle. Then ask her, Mom, when you raise your toes, do you feel pressure on your calf muscle? Where is the calf muscle? So put your mind onto so that way you can take the journey with her. And once you practice with her for a few days, then you can ask her, now you yourself, you do this journey. And you will see that over some period of time, she will totally transform. Totally transform. So do this practice, please, for your mother. And sing this happiness song. Translate it in your language. And sing this for her. Few days ago, I sang this and did the same thing with a Venezuelan woman, old woman, who is in Alzheimer, meaning you forget a moment and you don't know who you are. And I think she finds it very helpful. So these are some of the practices. We can discuss more if you want, but try one of this and try another and see whichever works, fix it. Maybe sound might work, sound. Oh, and we talked about this other day. You can try with this too. Okay?
Yes, sir, he told thank you for kindness. Thank you for your kindness. Uh, Thank you so much, sir. We had a wonderful session this
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you so much. God bless you all and my love for all of you. Please be well and please be happy. Try to arise love, joy, and peace. That's all we look for. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.